Okay, chat is open. Hello. What's the opening thing I do every stream? Konnichiwa. Oh no wait. Oh yeah. Here's this concept I made up. Here's this concept I made up while I was in the car today. It's called Gombinirun. It's basically Deltarune where you Oh, that hurt. 6 people? Well, 6 people came to watch me. Oh wow! Do you want to hear about Gombinirun? It's basically Deltarune, but you're working in a convenience store and you have to get things for customers or something. Hi Deja! Hi, hello! Do you want to hear about Gombinirun? It's basically Deltarune, but Chris is working in a convenience store and you have to get things for customers. Oh yeah, Chris is in charge of the Oden. It's basically like in Japanese convenience stores. They actually have like food ready or something. Usually it's stuff like sausages or other foods. Foods. Anyway, I should probably keep working. Oh yeah. Is this wait a minute. Here's this drawing I made. Where is it? Where's the O? Here's this drawing I made. You know that scene in the Weird Route where it seems like Susie actually knows something about or she's suspicious or something? Or maybe that was just Chris like hallucinating or something. But it seems like actually really scary to me because I was watching this video where it was like the scene in the Wells house, but in the weird route. And then this happened, and I swear to God, I almost died of a heart attack. What was I doing?
Glow Perfection dengan vitamin C tahap baru dan Complex Glow Booster.
So hi Deja, how are you doing today? Actually, we were talking on Discord about a Deltarune game I want to make, right? Pop and Asmami and Jeff. Jeff is such a silly name. Who actually says that? Am I the first one to make that nickname for Jeffel? Wow, I'm the first one. I'm so cool. A few days ago, I had a dream about Deltarune where there was a fluid. Oh, wow. A fluid? Wow. Can you elaborate on that? Didn't push type in and accidentally send it. Oh yeah, I do that sometimes. No worries. Fluid. Yo. Hi Enzo Doodle. How are you doing? I thought you wanted to play a horror game. No, that's for the stream on Halloween. I'm not doing that right now. It's still September after all. You have to wait until it's October, right? Anyway, Deja, please elaborate on your dream. I want to know about the fluid. It's a good idea for a Halloween stream though, right? I mean, the whole point of Halloween is, Halloween is usually called spooky season, right? So why not play spooky game? I'm such a genius, right? I'm such a genius. Nobody's ever came up with this idea before. Yeah, totally. I'm totally the first one to come up with this idea. So in the dream, I accidentally killed Joggington and the witch from Madoka Magica caused the flood. With that, almost destroyed everything. Blue was a typo. How did you kill Joggington? Aren't snakes like really resilient? Oh no, my phone is on 9%. Oh no, my phone is on 9%. I have weird dreams. But the dream I had was like really nice though. It was basically just I had a dream where I was just Darujan was in this like apartment room. And I was like roommates with these 3 people. I should draw them so you can see what they look like. So in a dream, I was still done, and there was this guy. I don't remember how his hair looked, but it looked somewhat like this. And he was a very chill dude. I liked him. And then there was two girls. No, he was wearing something different in the dream. Yeah, I'll just leave it like that. So these were the roommates I spent my time with, and it was very fun. I liked spending time with my roommates, and I was really sad when I woke up. Do you ever get a weird sensation like a bud is crawling on you, but there's no bud? I get that like 24/7, and it's so annoying. Yeah, me too. There's a lot of flies in my house recently, so I always get the feeling that a fly is crawling on me, and when I go to swat it, just there's no fly like at all, and it's super annoying. There was a spider on me today. Oh no! Oh no. I'm really scared of spiders. I let them stay in my house because they're good pest control, but I would never actually let one crawl on me because that's scary. What if it bites me? Then I'll have to go to the hospital. And I do not like the hospital. Imagine that in imagine the first letter of the hospital capitalized. I need to turn on my stabilizer. Did it bite you or anything? We'll know if it bit you. You'd probably be Deja? Where are you right now? Deja? 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 Hey, John. Bullies you. Eh? Cyber-san? Hi, Cyber-san. I'm in a Project Sekai fan dub, AU fan dub, and Cyber B Trash is one of the owners. Hi Cyber-san. I am making music video right now. Cyber-san versus working on set fan dub. I mean, it's not like you do all the work. I guess it's a good thing that you have Kay and Ezra, right? Where's the layer? Where's the layer? Oh no. Oh, here it is. Yeah, but Kay's on hiatus right now because personal issues. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh no. Well, I just hope. She's alright? Did they go by she or was it? Did they go by they? No, I remember he, she. No, it's probably she. Oh. I also am struggling with Artbot lately and can only draw traditionally for some reason, lol. Hishi. Oh, thank you. I was worried for a second. I always have trouble remembering things like this. I usually forget things like names or ages or something easily. Where's the... Oh, the line marker was here. Me too, honestly. Names are horrible for me. Forget the moment I'm told. Right? And then when I'm talking about them to someone else and they go, "Oh, what's their name?" And then I just sit there. And I don't want to tell them I forgot. It's also pretty inconvenient if I don't have much ways to communicate with them because then I couldn't just ask. Even if I did have something like their phone number or their house address, I couldn't just go up to them and say like, "Hey, what's your name again?" Because then they'll... I did that once before with someone I met in school, and then they got really mad at me, and then they said they didn't want to be friends anymore. So I always get really scared whenever I forget someone's name because like they're not going to want to associate with me anymore. They're not going to speak to me again. Ah! No, that's so real. I forgot one of my besties' names when I first met them, right? and sometimes and sometimes if I and sometimes if we usually talk through like oh no, and sometimes if we talk through usually like online means, like for example Discord, and then they don't have their name and like their username or something, I always forget. Now that I think about it, nobody really sends letters anymore. That's too bad. I like the idea of letters. Oh, I'm so bad at remembering names that sometimes I just can't forget them, and it's always the people who forget me. They'd say it's payback or something for all the times you forgot other people's names. No, I'm sorry, that's a bad joke. Letters are fun, but my handwriting sucks so bad that people wouldn't understand what I was saying. People actually say my handwriting is pretty good. But it's mostly my teachers that say that. Whenever I write, like, whenever I do something handwritten, like outside of school or something, people always say they can't read it. I was making a comic in my little notebook one time, and then my friend went and compared it. And then my friend took my notebook, and then she started comparing the two's handwriting together. And then she was like, "Oh my god, how is this the same person writing this?" So I guess it's conditional. I guess that's neat. I write really fast internet letters, not in a neat cursive way, so it's just kind of scribbles, like, sometimes. I used to do that too. I always used to like I used to always write really fast like you, and I would write so fast I would combine letters together. And what was I going to say after that? spelling is so bad, autocomplete can't save me. It's a good thing I've been on the internet for so long because that means I can understand you perfectly. I guess that's one of the quirks of being online from a young age. Yay! I remember I used to do this thing where I dotted my eyes with little hearts. For example, if I write something like iguana. You see the little heart here? But my parents always scolded me for that because not just my parents, but my teachers too. They said I was bad and I shouldn't do that, but I thought it was cute. I don't write like that anymore. Now that I think about it, my teachers used to scold me for a lot of things I did. For example, there are 2 ways to write the number 9, right? So you write it like an upside down 6, and then some people write it like a straight line. And my teacher wrote it like a straight line, and she would always scold me for writing it like an upside down 6. And this was like so trivial, and it would honestly be nonsensical to be angry about it. But she kicked me out of class. She kicked me out of the classroom for writing it like this. Because I called her out on her bullshit, and I said, "Why are you so mad about this? It's not like it affects you or anything." And then I cried. And I honestly cried so hard. I was like praying to God to forgive me. Sometimes. And then I cried. I cry over the littlest things. You could show me like a picture of like. One time my mom showed me a picture of my cat Tenna when she was still young, and this was over chat, so she didn't see, thank God. But I started crying because look at her. She was so little and now she's all grown up. Me too, Frosty, me too. I guess we're both too emotional for our own goods. My marker is actively dying as I use it. What is this? Something I noticed is that markers have is that the lifespan of a marker has been getting progressively shorter and shorter and shorter each time I buy a marker. It's inflation, I'm telling you. It's inflation! The government is actively working against us! And that's why my markers have such short lifespans! I'm flailing my arms around as I say this. It's not like I'm actually blaming the government, by the way. In the case of, for example, markers, it could be something like inflation and capitalism. But then again, I just blame the government for everything just because it's funny. One time I was playing a demo for this visual novel called Online Obsession, and there was a mini game and it was like a memory card mini game. And so the first game was 50 seconds, and I could do that with these because there were like less cards. And then at the end it was 30 seconds, and I just couldn't do it. And then I went on this tirade about how the government is conspiring against me. And that's why the mini games are so hard. I'm not actually blaming the government, by the way, and I must say this, I'm not blaming the government. I just do this because, well, it's funny to me. Not sure if most people agree with my jokes. The government doesn't kill my markers. I told you! The government is just fighting against us, Cyberson! For real. When I'm emotional, it's always, why are you crying so much? This isn't that important in my head. Probably because I actually used to cry too much and be way too emotional, at least to normal people. I actually do that too. But it's not like I can just stop crying in an instant. I swear to God, if I actually could just stop crying in an instant, I'd be unstoppable. I'd rule the world. If I have the skills of an actor or something. Actors can do that, right? They can like fake cry or something. I don't know how to fake cry. When I cry, it's always like actually genuine. And because of that, I can't just stop whenever I want. It's really inconvenient because what if I'm in public? And people see me crying over Tenna growing up like cats usually do. Mahia's design is being a pain. I was going to say something, but oh yeah, you can get through it, Cyberzan. I believe in you. Gambare, Cyberzan. Gambare, Cyberzan. It looks so complex and cool with the collage I made, and then it looks so plain and basic when I draw it. I actually have the opposite issue. For example, when I'm actually drawing it with my hand, it's really, it's at least more complex than it's usually just a bit more complex than the outfits I usually draw. For example, like I'm too forgetful for my own good. One of the quirks about me is that if you're in a conversation with me, I like always forget what I'm about to say. Okay, for example, I can be in the middle of a sentence and then I just stop and stare into space or something, trying to think of what I was actually going to say. And then usually I never figure that out. So if you think that's annoying, I'm sorry. Actually, very sorry about that. Another thing about me is that I'm usually way too curious for my own good and also jump to conclusions. Like, for example, not personally jump to conclusions, but I just think of the wildest scenarios or something. For example, this is the BGM that Moko usually use in their streams. And then if you notice, there's usually like a split second where the screen goes flat, and I'm always fixated in the drawing, so I never get to see it. But not its in entirety. I get to see it. I get to see like the corner of the YouTube stream going flat, but I never get to see the full thing. And because of that, I'm running around in my brain like, it's subliminal messaging. It's subliminal messaging. They want us to do something that's probably bad. And I'm like, shut up. You sound like the Green Pippins right now with his notice board and the red string. I had a day off from school today. But I didn't know that I actually had a day off, so I still got ready to go to school. And then when we got to school, I think my class was performing somewhere. I didn't get the full picture, but either way, they were going to some place by bus, and I wasn't on the list, but I didn't know that. It's okay. Most of my class, I don't really like them anyway. So I guess it's a good thing. I was bummed though. It's the first time I've been on an excursion since like when I was 8. So I did want to see just where they were going. I don't want to deal with the stupid henchmen though, so I guess it's fine that I got the day off. Wait, don't I actually have 2 days off? Because the good thing is that when it's Independence Day in like, what's that noise? Anyway, so the Independence Day for Malaysia is the 31st of August, right? Well, if it falls on a weekend, then usually means the following weekday will be a day off from school or something. So I technically had 2 days off. Well, yay for me! My Hindra just saw a spider on my bed. I'm scared. Oh no! This is the second time one of my viewers was talking about seeing spiders. First it was Deja, and now it was Cybersan. What's up with spiders today? Oh, now that I think about it, in case you don't know, there's this holiday in Islam which my family is part of called Hari Raya Aidil Fitri, which is the holiday after Ramadan, the fasting month. And usually as a gift, you're supposed to visit your family members during that time, and then they give you money. I told this to my ex-girlfriend once, and she freaked out because why do Muslims get free money and not her Christian? And her Christian family doesn't give her free money. It's like 2 a.m. I should absolutely be asleep, but I crave caffeine. Cyber-san, you know that's not good for you. You need your rest. Christians give money to the church, not the kids. Let me put on my American dad voice. It's for all the money goes to the church. The kids don't need that money. It's the church. Dude, it's crazy. The Half-Ups donate like $10 per person every time we were there. I'm not Christian anymore, but it was crazy. Then I think about it. I think they have like a donation system for the mosque too. In every mosque I've been to, there's been like at least one donation box somewhere. And for some reason my family was like really set on putting like really expensive notes in the donation box. Like I was 5 years old, and they did me like 20 ringgit to put into the box, and they give a 20 to my big brother too, and they tell him to do that, and it's like usually when my big brother wanted to go to the convenience store, I was scared of convenience stores as a kid, I think, for some reason, so I didn't go. But my big brother did. And usually for allowance, wait, hey, wait a minute. They told their allowance? Did they? It's allowance. Huh? Huh? Why did I say allowance? They're not even... My grandparents should be free money every Christmas and they're Christian. You're so lucky. There was some church that legit says Jesus didn't bad yet because he didn't. Jesus isn't back yet because we haven't raised enough money. Sorry, I just find that really funny. Oh. my grandparents give us each like $72 each Christmas, but this time it was $250. Don't die, the mouth. I mean, it's not like I can really die. I mean, I am an angel. Oh wait, I still have a physical body. Shit. I won't die. I promise. I actually just find that like really funny. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Jesus wants some money, 100%. I think there's a verse in the Bible about being too materialistic and like not. It was basically saying something like, don't be too materialistic in life because the pleasures you'll get in heaven are like. Was that in the Bible somewhere? I think it was. Then again, I could be misremembering a verse of the Quran. But honestly, Abrahamic religions are way too similar anyway. So like, who cares? Oh yeah, Jesus will be very unhappy with the state of the world currently. Right. Because if I remember correctly, I'm not Christian, by the way. No, wait, I wouldn't be Christian. It would probably be obvious if I wasn't. Oh, it's already been an hour. Anyway, Jesus Christ was all about love and peace and love thy neighbor and treat thy neighbor like a normal person, basically. But like too many people use his teachings as like for their certain prejudices, like for some like. Me personally, Jesus would not elect Donald Trump as president. I forget Christ is his last name. I usually just call him Jesus Bible or Jesus the Bible. Is it like calling like Chris Dreamer Chris Deltune or something? I mean, yeah, I totally get that. I guess religion is kind of similar to like, for example, a fandom. And considering the symbolism and photo and eyes like movie. Yeah, like Sans Undertale. Wait, does Sans have a last name? Wait, does Sans have a surname? Sans Undertale surname. Sans' last name is Wingding. Wouldn't that be Duster's first name? Given name. Yeah, that would be Duster's given name, right? Oh, Chet's out with it. It's a theory that W.D. Daster is the father of Sans and Papyrus, then I guess it will be Sans Daster and Papyrus Daster? I have not played Undertale in a minute, I don't know. Now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure other than the Dreamers, no characters actually, and Dastra of course, nobody actually has a surname in Undertale. Because you have Toriel Dreamer, you have Astral Dreamer, you have Azrael Dreamer, and then Terra Dreamer? Terra. Anyway, and then you just have Sans, Papyrus, Undyne. It would be so funny if Undyne was her surname. Undying. That would be the best. It totally isn't true though. And then you just have Elvis. And Mettaton is okay because he's a robot, so with the Undyne down as Undyne surname. Yeah, I was thinking about that. But then again, it would be weird if Undyne's surname was Undying because Because undying is a name, and a name is a proper noun, while undying is just a noun. So I think normal names can really be used as names, unless it's a very specific example, like for some reason, no, I wasn't going to say reason. Like for example, if you name your child Angel, that's technically both a noun and a proper noun at the same time. Would Mettaton take whatever Alphys' surname is? I was going to ask if it was like in marriage or something, but that's probably not what you meant, right? That's not what you meant. But then again, Mettaton's physical body was created by Alphys, so you could maybe say that Mettaton is Alphys' child. Then I guess Mettaton would have the surname. All the good please don't say the priest, and I don't want to get mauled by a mountain lion. Oh, going to bed tonight. Good night, Deja. Sweet dreams. You probably won't get mauled by a mountain lion. Unless you're living outside or something. But then again, if you have a freezer, you probably have a refrigerator, and you would need to plug that into a socket, right? So it's safe to assume you're inside, in which case you probably won't get mauled by a mountain lion. Unless it got into your house or something, like for example, if someone left a window open in your house, or God forbid you left the door open. Who even does that these days? Listen, we live in the mountains. There was a mountain lion outside 2 days ago. The priest is outside. Oh my god. Oh no, then it's like the customer concern is very valid. The priest outside. How desperate am I for food? I'm not sure if this actually works, but for example, if you have a water bottle in your room, if you just drink it like really fast, then you'll probably feel full for about. It's a temporary solution, but you'll manage. Am I giving bad advice right now? Oh no, I'm an angel. I'm not supposed to be doing that. I can just get cereal, but I want noodles with zucchini. Sorry about the coughing, by the way. Well, you should probably bring something to defend yourself. Are you sick? No, I am not sick. I only started coughing after I laughed at the Jesus money bit. And I'm not doing anything. I just been on this drink for like You should probably bring something to defend yourself. Considering how it's a mountain lion, I'd bring something like... Wait a minute. Putting it here is so inconvenient. Like for example, I have this stick in my room, and usually, for example, if I'm home alone, or if I'm home alone, I usually bring this if I'm going outside my room, just in case. So if you have anything like that in your house, preferably a long-range weapon, not something like a knife, because a knife is... Because if you're using something like a normal kitchen knife or something, then that's too short, and you have to get really close to the mountain lion to do some damage. And considering how it's a mountain lion, that's probably not a good idea. So you need to bring something long range. Like for example, if anyone in your house plays sports, for example, baseball or softball, you should probably use like a bat or something so you can hit it in the head. I just want my veggies. Why are they outside? Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. And my trusty stick would never fail me. Right? Right? Good boy, good boy, good boy. I didn't cereal instead because it's scary up there. Well, it's probably better than going outside with a stick or something to like beat up a mountain lion. And considering it's a mountain lion, it would probably get provoked if you beat it, and like that would not be good. Wait a minute, I read somewhere that if you encounter a mountain lion or something, it's best to just like walk away slowly backward while keeping eye contact with it. Aren't you supposed to keep eye contact with it? Because lions are like wild cats or something. So, and for example, I tried to do this once with Susie. Susie is the mother of Tenna. I tried to slow blink at her, but since I was staring at her for long periods of time, she assumed I was threatening her, and then started scratching me. Cats are friends by eye contact. Yeah. So I'm not sure if I'm mixing things up, but actually you probably shouldn't make eye contact with it. All is just to get some zucchini. And if not, then other people will hear you. Are there other people outside? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, Cyber-san? For wild animals, you make a lot of noise so that the animals usually stay away. Oh, I haven't heard that before. Yes, that would probably be a good trick, but you have... But I'm assuming you still live with your family members. So... Oh, wait. I'm assuming you still live with your family members, but if they're not scared by the noise, then at least other people heard the noise. Yeah, and that's probably going to provoke them, because usually people get pretty cranky when they're woken up in the middle of the night by some person making noise. But then again, you could just explain to your family member or the person that woke up with your noise by explaining that there is a mountain lion. It's more suited for coyotes, foxes, certain bears, those kinds of animals. Not a mountain lion. Man, you should just get the cereal. We spent like 15 minutes thinking about this. Now, mountain lion is just dead away as fast as possible, but if that's not an option, then you get loud. I have cereal now, don't worry. Thank you! Let me look at the storyboard. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be working on this animation, I think. I'll work on it later. Uh, I had a dream one time that. Oh wait, that didn't even. That didn't even. Oh my god. I did that then. I had a dream one time that there was like a pork flavored cereal. It wasn't just pork though. It was like pork along with fruit flavored cereals, and it was like this marshmallow cereal. That was a pretty weird dream. Who wants meat flavored cereal? Ew. I'm recoiling just thinking about that. I had this dream when I was little. I still remember it pretty vividly. I was like walking through this white meat flavor in milk? Hell no. Yeah, you're totally right. Anyway, I had this dream when I was little. I was like 5 or 6 years old when I had this dream. I was walking through this white circular kindergarten, and for some reason I was holding a red crayon. And then I remember somewhere I tripped on the ground, and then I got this kindergarten was all white, by the way. So I guess that emphasized the red that I got onto like the carpet. It wasn't like a carpet texture. It was like rather some sort of a leather texture. Yeah, so I got it on that, and then when I got up, I was suddenly in hell, and there was the devil like looking at me. And wait a minute, I'm going to draw his stupid little pose. It was just like this random guy, but like his skin was red. The devil from the Bible? No, it wasn't the devil from the Bible, no. And he was posed like this, I think. And I could see like the flames of hell all around me. All that for getting crayon on the white sterile kindergarten. I was like 5. I think back on that now, and I'm just really confused because why would the devil he was doing a lesbian pose. The devil is a lesbian. You brought the code, Cyberson. He's doing that. And I think back on that dream I had, it was very confusing because number one, why was the kindergarten all white? Usually kindergartens are like very colorful with the walls. I don't know why I imagined an all white kindergarten. Second of all, why was I just holding a red crayon and I was just walking in this all white kindergarten? Did I not think of how that would play out? And third of all, why would I get sent to hell for getting crayon on the floor? Keep in mind, I had this dream. Then again, I was a very religious child. So, it's not like I should be too harsh. I was very young, and all these ideas were being put into my head by my parents. So, it's not like I'm completely at fault. But then again, it's just pretty funny to think about. I remember I told this dream to my parents when I woke up, and they were like, and the funniest thing is that they were like agreeing that I should be sent to hell for drawing on the floor with crayon. It wasn't even on purpose. I was tripped. I tripped on the floor and I fell. I shouldn't have been just carrying that crayon by itself around, but like, could you really blame me? Could you really blame me? And they were all like, so that's why you should pray 5 times a day and never do anything slightly bad ever, or you will be doomed to hell forever. It's like, shut up. My parents did a lot of stupid bullshit to me. Like, For example, I was talking about how you can't even control what happens in dreams. Yeah, it's not like I mean, there is lucid dreaming, but I was 5. I didn't know that lucid dreaming was even a thing back then. So it's not like I actually did that. But they were acting like I actually did that in real life, and I actually got sent to hell for a bit. That was so weird. Yeah, dreams are just like 3D movies. I'm thinking of something. I actually used to have a lot of nightmares when I was a kid. I think I had this one when I was like 8. I was in a big building, and I was on like the top floor. Imagine those high-rise apartments. Yeah, I was in those, but it was just like a really big room, and they were you know the mob in Minecraft, like you know the slime mob in Minecraft, the one that slimes around, like the big slime cube that slimes around. Yeah, I was thinking of that, except they were 2-dimensional, and they were all actually very colorful. There was like some red ones, some yellow ones, and they were all just sliming around while I was walking. And I saw this really big blue one, and it was in front of the bathroom door, I think. So I pushed it aside, and then that apparently caused the building to start crumbling and falling down. And while I was falling down, I think I was sucked into a black hole. It was like I was falling into a black hole, and then I woke up. I had another nightmare. This one was actually very recent. No, wait, I just realized something. In my dreams, the nightmares I had when I was a kid, it was always me doing something. But my most recent dreams are like, it's just, it happens, the bad thing happens outside of my control, whereas in the dreams I had when I was a kid, I was always doing something to set off the bad thing that happens. Here's a more recent one I had. I think it was just like a very normal dream, like it was just like my daily life for a bit. I was in my room, and I was streaming, and then I looked out the window, and there I live in an oil palm plantation, so there are a lot of oil palm trees So there are a lot of palm trees outside my window, and I looked outside my window, and I could see the leaves being blown by the wind downwards. It was downwards for some reason, but I felt the wind coming from my right, and then the house like tore from its foundation, and it was like blowing in the wind. And I was holding onto like the, and I started holding onto like the headboard of my bed, and I started screaming, and I could actually feel the headboard like in my hands. It was a very vivid dream. It was like I can actually feel the things I'm touching. And then it had that same effect, but it wasn't that I was being sucked into a black hole, but it's like my vision was being sucked into a black hole. And I remember this sound. This sound actually showed up in another dream I had. I'm going to pause the BGM. It was almost a humanity-ish sound. It was like, whoa. Yeah, like that. Except it was like, it was like the area with the witch's forest area in Humanity, and there's that sound in the soundtrack that goes, whoa. It was like that without the music. And I heard that sound, and then I woke up in my bed at 3 in the morning. It was actually 2 in the morning, I think. I couldn't sleep for 2 hours after that. I had another dream where I was in this hotel room, and the walls were like a velvet red, like those old-fashioned American hotels. And for some reason, my ex-girlfriend was there. She was actually a very important part of the dream. I was like laying on her lap, and she was caressing my head. And then she got up, and then I just started chasing her throughout the entire hotel, like, but all the rooms were like, it was like, this room that I started in, it was like at the center, and wait a minute. And there was a path like filled with runes that just went like this. And I was chasing her, and she was just, and I could just reach her, but then I fell down onto the floor, and then I had this realization that was like, this is a dream. And before I could actually do anything, that same sound happened again, and I woke up. For some reason, I only realized it was a dream in that particular dream. It was like sometime in June or July, and I was never able to do that again, which is a bummer. So feels very Coraline-ish. Now that you mention it, that's actually a very good comparison. it was like, it was actually some, the dream in, like, in terms of its plot or something, just the overall feeling was very, just the overall feeling, it actually felt very Coraline-ish, but if, like, Coraline was, like, live action or something. Because the scene was very, it wasn't realistic, but it felt realistic. Like if you went to an actual American hotel and just walked through the hallway, you'd probably think, oh, this is very realistic. Just the visuals were realistic is what I'm saying. Wait a minute, when did I start talking about dreams? Now I'm curious. Cybersun, what are your dreams like? Because I told you all about my dreams, so seems fair. If you're not willing to share though, that's perfectly fine. I'm not forcing you or anything, but I'm curious. I mean, I have a lot of nightmares. I feel like the amount of nightmares I have every night is like lessened, but just a bit. Every so often I get sleep paralysis and this like black shadowy figure just stands over me. Is it like a humanoid figure or something? I don't think I've actually ever had sleep paralysis before. Well, I must say fairly lucky then. Sorta, it's more like a really blobby human shape. Oh, I understand. A lot of my dreams have cats in them for some reason. If there were cats in my dreams, then I think my dreams will be a bit better. I like cats. Some people say I act a lot like a cat would. In my childhood, I was actually scared of cucumbers because I was scared of cucumbers. Mom And the thing is, my mom was very fixated on cucumbers, so she would always bring cucumbers home, and then I would always get scared and think they were snakes. And then my dad would always say, "Oh, you're so much like a cat, you know." This brings to mind something I heard about the backrooms. You know what the backrooms are, right, Cyberson? It's basically like, you know, oh, the little like 8-year-old me used to hiss at people like a cat. I think I actually did that too. Like whenever I get mad and I'd start hissing at my friends like a cat that's been provoked or something. And my friends always said that was weird about me. It's not like I can control that. The backrooms. Yes, I heard something about the backrooms that cats can actually, that if you follow a cat, it'll actually lead you to the exit or something, is what I remember. It's a cool fact. Yo, Titty's saving me. Yay! All hail the Titty. All hail the Titty. All hail the Titty. It's looking good. Oh, hi, Roman Truelock. Sorry, I think I tired myself out from talking. I'm like falling in and out of sleep, okay? I might go to bed. Well, I hope you have a good sleep, Cyber-san. And you don't have any nightmares. What's your name? My name is Daru-chan. Thank you. Have a good day. Yes, it is day for me, Daru-chan. Good night. You're welcome. Well, I've officially tired myself out, so I guess I'm ending the stream right here. What do I always say at the end of streams? I don't usually say "otstaru." Usually the viewers say that or something. Oyataru. Well, oyataru! またねー。